Nice. I got 2 likes and nobody's here. I'll take that as a good sign. Marsha, how you doing? Thanks for coming. How's everything? Oh, who's here? Will's in the house. What's going on, Will? How you doing? Nice. Nice. How's everybody doing? Marsha, you're in New York, huh? I couldn't help but see some pictures, Facebook. You know, I saw some background in your image there, and I was like, is that New York? So, what's up? Steve Gunner's in the house. What's going on, buddy? How you doing? Nice. You're on the other end. I'm on the south end in Staten Island. So, I'm good. I'm good. Enjoying a day off from work. Okay. From the Bronx originally. Cool. Yeah. Born and raised in Staten Island. So how's everybody doing today? Does everybody have their orders in for T's guitars? Those guitars are selling fast, man. Malachi, how's everything? Nice. We got 7 people in the room. How's everybody doing? 6 thumbs up. So I was thinking that maybe we would do some reactions today because there's a lot has been going on with the guitars that I've been giving away. So for anyone who isn't entirely up to speed, I've got 3 guitars in the pipeline right now. One is just being finished up by Baby Boy Mulligan and heading off to Ted. And the other 2 are in the mail right now being sent to the next 2 people who are going to work on them before they head over to Ted and then off to Fretnot. What we got? Why, thank you, Malachi. Appreciate that, brother. How's everything? All right. And Baby Boy has been quite busy, and so have I. I've been trying to start doing reactions for all these videos everybody's going to be doing, and I haven't had time. I've just been so busy doing other videos. So I decided maybe we would do some reactions today. So we'll check out and see what Baby Boy Mulligan has done in the last couple of videos. Although I think he's actually got a couple more to go, including a final sound test. And he's giving me sneak peeks. I almost wish he wouldn't because I'm doing the reactions, but he's giving me sneak peeks. And he's doing some really awesome stuff to this guitar. Someone's going to win an awesome little guitar, I'm telling you. But let's find out. So what we got? We mail the guitars around. Music, right? You singing? Well, don't do anything to exaggerate it, and don't over medicate. All right, that's just as important. Trust me. I've had lower back problems that have now turned into kidney problems because the doctors over medicated me. All right, so do what you can to stay healthy. Don't gain weight. All right, lose weight if you can, and don't over medicate. Okay. All right, because a big thing for me was taking it easy on the meds. And then once I found out I actually could lose weight, because that's a whole nother story. Once I actually found out I could do that, though, then I started losing enough weight where the pain went away. I stopped having the issue. So just be careful and do what you got to do to get healthy. Yeah, Steve, that's a good question. I have an account with a company called Pirate Ship, and they play it up just like you're thinking. They play it up. Ship your booty, the whole 9 yards. But it's a free account, and their job is to fill up spaces on trucks and planes that aren't full. So you get a discount. So I get about usually like 40 to 60% off on shipping. Like I just sent 2 guitars to JMK 2112, and each one of those was $28 a piece. They were disassembled. They fit certain height and weight requirements in the boxes, and they were $28 and change. Now, if I didn't have the account, it would have been about $70, $75. So that helps. But look, I'm going to have expenses with any video I make, right? So if the bulk of the video is the expense of it is me shipping the guitar, then that's actually not that bad for me, So, and others, I tell everybody, sign up for Pirate Ship. It's free. This way, it won't cost you that much, right? It's costing me less than $30 to ship a 10-pound electric guitar all the way across the country. Literally, I'm on one end and he's on the other in San Diego. And shipping, I had to ship to Nebraska. Nebraska was $24. All right. Alabama, I've shipped to, and Alabama was around $20, $18 and change to $20, depending on the day, because it fluctuates a little. So, but yeah, regular rates can really get crazy if you're not careful. So the best thing to do is have an account with a place like Pirate Ship. You print your own labels, take it down to UPS, and you're done. JMK, how's it going? Hey, no problem, JMK. Thanks for coming. I've been meaning to text you because I did send out the other guitar today. All right, I am gonna text you the tracking number as soon as we're done here. All right, I promise. I'll send it out. But yeah, so 2 guitars are on their way to you. All right, one for you and one for Ted. And have fun. So what we got? Can you get a business account or borrow from someone and get a bulk discount? Yeah, I've thought about doing that kind of thing, Marsha, like having business accounts. Once you start signing up for business accounts, you need to start having things like tax numbers and stuff like that. I mean, not right away, but they need to be kind of in the pipeline or sometime close down the road that it's something that you're gonna do, because they're gonna start nosing around and start wondering, well, if you're getting all these business discounts, where's your business? So, and then you got to do things like get an LLC, and that can get expensive, right? Because even though they say it's free or cheap to sign up in the commercials, the expense comes from having to declare you are an LLC in the newspapers that the government chooses from a list. And it's usually the ones that are the most expensive in the country. So it's something you got to be ready to do, right? Oh, what's going on? Who we got? Ted, what's going on? Yeah, Marsha, they kind of do, or you got to expect that they're going to, so you don't get hammered, because the government can be a bunch of assholes. What's going on, BBM? Just got here, shooting a video and lost track of time. ST1 setup, a redo on the nut and saddles. Nice. What's going on, TSA? You're in Buffalo, Ted. Wow. You're only about 8 hours. It's an 8-hour drive. Is That's an 8-hour drive from me. But it's nice and cold up there. I guess that's a change of pace for you, right? Even though the weather's probably not too bad right now. If you want to buy a house cheap right now, Ted, you can do that up in Buffalo. There's nobody there. There's no work. So, nice to see you. All right. So, BBM, I was going to head on over to do reactions to your videos. How many you got posted so far? Yeah, Buffalo is actually pretty nice. I make fun, but it is pretty nice. Been up there. I've actually only ever been up there once, and I had to drive. It was a challenge. It was an all-day drive. You got both 3 and 4 coming out tomorrow. Oh, okay. So we only have one video that I haven't seen so far. Okay. So we'll do the reaction here, and then maybe I'll shoot a reaction for YouTube, or maybe I'll just edit out this one and make a reaction that way. What we got? You built it right. You mentioned that to me, TSA. You were up in Albany doing a TV tower, right? I like my Buffalo medium rare. Hey, you know what? You can have it medium rare as long as you're not eating grounded. As long as it's not being ground up, right? Buffalo burger's got to be done well done, just like regular beef, I think. 1, 2, and 3 are out. Okay, so we can watch 2 and 3 today, and then we'll do reactions to both of them. All right. That's why I started early. See how long we hang out. So I'll set that up in a minute. We got 11 people hanging out. We got 9 likes. Thanks, guys. No problem, Marshall. We'll see you in a moment. We'll be here. I'm hoping that Jade Guitar shows up. If Jade shows up, it'll be nice, because Jade's the other person getting the guitar. Him and JMK 2112, they're both painters. So this is going to be cool. They're both going to be doing something special. All right, we got hellos going around. Sorry, Malachi. If you guys think that the commercials are too much, let me know. I'll change the settings for next time. All right. I thought I had it set pretty conservative, so you guys really only get to see one set of commercials maybe during an hour. But you let me know what's going on. So nice. We still got some hellos going on. This is an awesome community, really. You guys are awesome. So I'll ask again what I asked something when we first started. Who's ordered their T's guitars? Anyone waiting on their SBHEs besides me? Okay. Right, the commercials. So, right. Well, hey, you know, I understand that. You ordered one in lightning yellow, Ted? Yeah, I got the candy, the 57 red, the candy, 57 candy. What is he calling it? 57 red or 57 candy? But yeah, man, you got yourself a hell of a guitar right there, Ted. I promise you, man. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. You love the one you got now. You're gonna love this one even more. What do we got here? Yeah, I know you're actually working yours off, right, BBM? I think that's great that you were able to work out something like that. Steve Gunner's got one coming to Silver Fox. I think that was the first one to sell out. So that was a great grab, Steve. It was great that you grabbed that one. That's right. You got one, right, Malachi? Dying for that candy red SPH, but no clue when it'll ever afford one. No worries, Will. No worries. I'm sure something good will happen. You know what I'm saying? Situations will change. The stars will align in some way, and you'll find your way to one. Right? Yeah, I read that. Okay. All right, Marsha's back. Welcome back, Marsha. So, all right, we got 10 people hanging out. So, Ted, you want to go see what Baby Boy Mulligan did to the guitar? We're gonna go check out we're gonna go do a reaction. Let me see if I can set that up. Okay. All right, so we've got Baby Boy Mulligan about to start. This is the second episode. I'm starting with this one because I already did a reaction to episode 1. So if you haven't seen what's happened in episode 1, please check out. I'm sure he's got a link at the end of this video. Check out what he's done. All right, check out episode 1. Yeah, it actually is, Will. Wait till you see what he's got going on. Nice, majestic white. That's a good one. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad you got one. Then you're pretty well set regardless, right? It's a fridge, a stove, and now an AC. And I'm like, really? TSA, a fridge, a stove, and now an AC? Wow. You know what? You might want to just suck it up and buy one. buy yourself a guitar. Anyway, I mean, after all that, you probably owe yourself one. You're gonna have to save up that much more anyway. What's another 300? Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Do the right thing. It is kind of cool. It's like a skeletal scorpion. I want one of the newer ones that are coming out soon. Yeah, Malachi, this got a lot. Listen, a lot of good stuff is coming. So and there's going to be some variety, some new variety happening too, real soon. Anybody who hasn't heard, there's a and I have him on the front on the thumbnail playing that guitar, and that's the same one that Fretnot gave away and inspired them to make their own version of that with 2 humbuckers and give that away with an ST1. They had Torsten upgrade an ST1, but now that's coming out as a hardtail with a straight through body setup, 19K hot, super hot dual rail hot rail setup. Just 1 humbucker in the bridge, 1 volume, and a push pull, and that's it. And it's going to be badass. And am I back, Marsha? Yeah, Steve, that's what I'm talking about, the QR1. Right? Well, time surfing alien, it's either buy yourself a guitar or start drinking, right? Just joking. Just joking again. Keep doing the right thing, man. But yeah, man, it sounds like, and those purple ST1s, the royal purple, they're not going to be there forever. And honestly, I think that's the best body style for that finish. So, yeah. And eventually, there is going to be a bass guitar. He was talking about it happening until the tariffs happened. and he put that on hold. So I'm sure he's eventually going to get back to that. And then he's got a new ST1 Pro that's coming out. That's going to be a little further down the line, but it's coming sooner rather than later. Right? The big push now is going to be getting a large amount of guitars in stock at a time. Not 150 or 190 anymore. It's going to be closer to 400 and 500. And as he gets that set up, then he's going to start getting the newer guitars in as well. So there's going to be a lot going on over the course of the next year at T's Guitars. You're going to see a lot on offer, and you're going to want it all. Good for you, man. Good for you. I wouldn't want to support trying to get you back on drinking, TSA. Yeah, and it's going to be a beautiful guitar, too. Great for heavy metal guys, man. It's going to be a great lead guitar. All right, so let's go take a look and see what Baby Boy Mulligan's got going on.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on the Scorpion LP between RJ, Ted Talks Guitars and Life, and Fret Not, who's going to do the giveaway. So please give me a like if you like the content, subscribe, and leave a comment. Yeah. So let's get into it.
All right. Yeah, so this isn't a short video, guys, so don't be afraid to talk over it, okay? And I may have to
on the sides here, it's kind of loose, but let's see. If you look at the sides, I rolled the edges because the edges were really sharp. So I rolled the edges on the guitar. Also, up at the edge of the nut, I sanded this and then buffed it because it was just, it would catch your fingers every time. So now the only thing left to really do on the neck is we've got a couple of bad frets here. If you can see, I don't know, I marked it. I don't know if you can see on the camera on this one. And then down low, we got one right here that was bad. So I checked that out prior to the video so that I could save some time. And I did set the intonation prior to taking this apart because it was a little off. So these I'm just going to clean real quick with my spray and a brush and get the funk off. Get the funk out, as they say. And of course, no markings. It's a Leo James.
This is all the exciting work, you know? This is all the detail work. All right.
Give that a little.
No problem, Ted. We'll be here.
Slightly used guitars, but very slightly. You can see how good that stuff shines that up. Put that off to the side. Give this one a little shot. It's got a little funk on it, not too much. Just from sitting for so long.
Okay. So
This is a pretty interesting bridge. Most of the LPs that I've seen haven't had this much of a contour in the bridge. This thing's got a heck of a contour. So we definitely wouldn't want to change that, because I'm sure that would mess with something, with the intonation. So put those guys off to the side. I'm going to try not to touch this stuff here, because everything is good on the guitar now. But I set it up prior, so we just put some strings on. So like I said, I just got to take care of these 2 frets. So let's work on that. And we're going to do the fret edges, which I'm so confident doing those that I don't even need to tape them up. I just cover up the pickups. So for the edges, I just take this, which I grinded the edge off of, so there's no sharp edge on the side, no file, so it doesn't scratch the fretboard. And then we're just going to round these edges off because they're just a little sharp. And I already took care of the edges themselves because I filed it on the side. What I used is this little bar here, this little sanding bar that I use for my frets, because it's very, very good as far as not marring any paint. It's a very fine file or sanding block.
So, all right. So, yes, baby boy Mulligan, I noticed.
And that just neatens them right up. We'll do this whole side here. So I've been watching my buddy Ted's Super Twins guitars, and it's getting pretty interesting. He's made a couple mistakes, which we all do. And
excuse me. Whew.
He's seems to have Superman situated right now. So that's good. And I can't wait to see Batman, because I want to see if he gets that A that was scratched into the finish out, or at least where it's not so noticeable. I did give him a couple of tips in the comments, so I'm hoping he'll try some of that. He also did something pretty cool for me, and check out his channel, and you can see the video he did on the Harmony Guitar Rescue guitar that he kind of rebuilt, revamped a little bit, and then decided he wanted to do something with the, with the guitar and not keep it. And I was interested in a guitar, and he found, he knew, because I mentioned it, one of his lives, and his live chats, and he actually, because I'm a veteran and I'm disabled, I had a heart transplant, he actually gave me the guitar, because all I needed was the body and the neck. because I have all the other parts. It's actually the guitar, the exact model that I had as a teen in high school.
All right, hold on. I gotta pause this.
I sold that guitar when I went in the Navy, and I wished I never had because it was first real.
All right, I got to catch up. I love this conversation that's going on, and I don't know. I find a certain solace in sanding, comfort, if you will. Marsha gets it. Marsha says it makes sense, right? And I don't need to sand much, but yeah. But then Malachi comes in and says sanding is shit or shite, especially when you're dealing with disabilities. Well, hey, I guess, you know what? I guess if you're dealing with disabilities, anything really sucks, right? I think the benefit is short term, at least for me. Like I can see where it would be something that people would enjoy to get lost in, like when a biker rides down the highway for hours on end, or anyone driving for that matter for doing it for hours on end, or when I play guitar for a while and I get lost in it, or whatever. So I get that. I think though, as a job on a guitar, it's a chore for a lot of reasons, and I think over the long term, like because of the length of doing the job, yeah, it kind of sucks for a lot of reasons that way. But if you're someone who looks to it as a way to escape, then I think that's a great option, actually. So I guess it kind of ultimately depends on who you are, right? Go, Marsha. Always got work on the dining room table. I like that. All right, I got to catch up. You guys are typing faster than I can read. Steve, we actually have a Discord for the channel. I just haven't really gotten much done with it. So if you want to hang out there, I have to get that set up. I have to get something straightened out because there seems to be there's two RJ's Cave now on the server. So I'll get that sorted out, and then we can all be hanging out there. I'm in Queens these days. Ditto, Marsha. I thought I'm doing better than most. That's true, Marsha. Focusing on something can keep your mind off everything else, you know? You're all up there. Yeah, I guess. Hey, we might have to have a YouTube party up here in New York. Meet somewhere in Manhattan or something. Don't overdo it, JMK. Take it easy, right? Don't overdo it on the Advil either. That should have fucked up your kidneys and your liver. Well, I could interject right there, Steve. At 1.5 millimeters, you may actually, if you're a heavy player, you may actually get a little fret buzz introduced into your playing. When I had the SBH HD, when I owned it, it's the same one Time Surfing Alien now owns. It was slightly buzzing all the time, like clean tones. With me, because I got heavy hands, I could hear a little bit, very very slight, but I had difficulty doing some sound tests with it. But dirty, you don't even notice, right? When you're playing metal, it's the kind of low action you like when you're playing metal. It's just right there at the edge of being noisy. But I guess it doesn't have to be. I guess if you do just a touch more fret leveling, it'll still be roughly 1.5 and clean up a little. I don't know. But yeah, when you start getting down to 1.5, that can become an issue. No matter the quality of the setup. As a matter of fact, it probably be because it's the best setup it is, it's exactly that way. And it's not worse. But when Torsten does the setup like that, he does an awesome setup. So a lot of people love that setup and get it that way. As a matter of fact, he's gotten even a little lower. Pace yourself, Malachi. Series on the guitars. That's true, Marcia. You've won a few guitars, right? Yeah, it's like BBM says. It's like right there at the cusp, right? Because I'll hand a guitar like that off to Torsten because I've sat there and played these guitars with Torsten in his place, and he has no issues with the buzzing, but I'll still have a little bit of an issue. And he's got a cleaner touch. Let's leave it at that. Yeah, huh? I know she's won a few. I haven't been there for the wins though, so I don't know what the collection consists of. All right, let me get back to this video. As it's not a short one.
Decent guitar I had one before that. It was a Cort that actually had a built-in speaker back in 1984, 85-ish. And then I had that for not even a year, maybe a year. And I wanted something, nicer and newer because it had the old kind of tremolo with the spring-loaded tremolo. It was a double humbucker. It was a nice first guitar for a kid, but it wasn't Yngwie Malmsteen's guitar or George Lynch's guitar. So I found this Harmony, and I think it was the Sears or J.C. Penney catalog. I forget which one. And it showed my mom and dad, and I got that for Christmas. And it was the color of Yngwie Malmsteen's guitar. So that's the color I'm going to paint the Harmony when it gets here. It should be here in a couple of days. But I got to wait to work on that till I get this done. But it's really cool, and you got to watch the video, man. Ted is a great guy. And then my buddy RJ, we went down to T's Guitars last week, and we got some videos up about that, going over the new SBHE model from T's, the Telly style guitar. And they're really nice guitars. So I'm actually heading down there this week to help Torsten do some setups. And so I might be doing some setups on some of your guitars. I'm hoping I get Ted's so I can put a couple of hamburger stickers in there with it, because I was in his live and it actually said hamburger when I meant humbucker, We were talking about me putting some humbuckers in a guitar, and it came out hamburger. So that's the new joke, putting a hamburger on a guitar. So I hope to get his guitar when it comes in and set it up, so I can put a couple of stickers in there for him.
All right. Real quick, I want to talk about JMK. Yeah, you're going to be spending your money in a hurry, buddy. That guitar's coming, I think, sometime within the next 2 to 3 months. It should be ready to ship to the United States. But don't take my word for it yet. As I understand it, it takes 2 months to produce, and then it's got to get ready to ship. And I think it's starting
Now,
production.
I normally wouldn't put all this on camera, but I'm documenting this for whoever wins this guitar so they can see what was done to it. Right there. That's why I keep running my hand down to double check. All right, so we're up to there. So I'm going to finish that off camera. But I want to go over these real quick. These tuners are loosey-goosey, as Ted says. So we are going to replace these with actually the set I took off my Ibanez, because I put locking tuners on it. Not that these were bad, they were good. I just
Gosh,
wanted
Sean
locking
plays guitar.
tuners.
What's going on? How you
So,
doing?
We're gonna slap these on and take the others off. So I'm gonna finish this, and then
I look forward to it,
come
Martha.
back, pick the video up, and do the tuners. All right, guys. So here's where we're at. Get this out of the way. Scratch me. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to take these tuners off, because I was showing you how loose they were. See how loose those are? They should be like this. Tight. So that's what we're going to put on there. But just want to give you a good look.
Yeah, I paused for a second, guys. Just wanted to point out the tuners he's putting in here, they're not like high-end tuners, but they are definitely going to be better than the ones that are in there. So this should be a solid improvement. Now I'll shut up and all right, so now I'll shut up and get back to it.
At the neck and the frets. So they're nice and smooth down the sides.
Four. Sean, that's a great idea. He'll do a great job on the knobs for you. Let him take his time and do his work. You'll be happier than a pig in shit.
Yeah, I always like to loosen these up in the front first.
Ted's back. What's going on, Ted? Hey, you got 3 guitars coming over the next, I guess, the next month or so. 2 guys are going to be painting guitars.
Pop out nice and easy.
Should be pretty cool. Take your time. Well, it's all about putting positivity and one step in front of the other. All that, you know what I'm saying? That's really all it is. That's really all it is. Just try to keep putting good things in front of each other. You know what I mean?
Flip this over.
Making jokes about him being giving out lottery numbers, right?
I always like to reuse these because sometimes the ones they send you with other tuners are not going to fit. So I'm very careful taking these out.
That's the right attitude, Will. That's for sure.
Boom. These are going in the garbage because
Ted, that's kind of the
I
plan.
save these because these are
I'm
always good
hoping
to
you
have
just have to
around.
check other people's
But
homework.
these I'm getting rid of
And then
because they just there's no
put your
fixing
own spin on
those.
things when you feel
See
like
how
you
loose
want
those
to.
are? They're shot. I can steal the
Get your,
gaskets and things like that in case I ever have to make a repair.
content out of it and send it on the fret knot.
You can just unscrew these and take it apart.
What's going on, Dwight? How you doing? Albert's back. What's going on, buddy? How you doing? No, Albert, he's actually just upgrading from a real shitty set of cheap tuners to a not so shitty set of cheap tuners. I
am noticing a little
I undercutted
spot
that a
right
little
here.
bit. They're not
And I'm going to touch
high-end
that
tuners.
up.
They're from another guitar, but they're
I'm
good
good
tuners.
at that.
So
You'll never see it.
he's definitely doing an upgrade. It's just not super high-end. Not on this, although we still got another video to watch, and then he's got 2 more of these coming out tomorrow. So there'll be plenty to see because he definitely does do some upgrades on this guitar, some pretty good ones too.
And these things were definitely put on here while the finish
I know
was still wet.
He
I
texts
don't
me
know if you can
stuff.
see it in the camera, but you can actually see the indentation of the tuners
You see how
in
well that works.
the guitar. And look at all this crud from the buffing.
Son. Cool.
And that's all down in the hole, so we're going to have to clean those out. All that buffing compound.
CSA, if you ever end up with that,
this guitar is not new. It's just
please let me know first. Okay?
It's not used.
I would love to have first shot at getting it back. Okay.
A demo on this, review,
but
and he really hadn't played it much since. So good old RJ from RJ's Cave donated this for the build. And everything that I'm putting in here.
Marsh, I know how it could be when you have to deal with government provided income, and it sucks. You never get enough.
She helped me out to do this build so that I can.
And that's kind of the point. It's about keeping
grow my channel,
right?
Through helping others, giving a guitar away, and
we'll have to do something. We got to get you going on your channel so that you can actually do, so you can get some sponsors and stuff. Maybe that's the thing to do.
So to save a little time, I'm going to clean these out, but you can see all the white gunk in there. And that's actually buffing compound. So we want to get that out of there because we don't ever want that messing with the wood. You can even see on the front, these are indented too. So this is definitely put together while this clear coat was still wet. So I will be back in just a second. Your time.
Well, then Malachi, maybe I should be sending you a guitar to work on before it goes to.
Okay, guys.
And fretting up.
Well, here is the headstock, all touched up, cleaned up. The holes all cleaned out.
So what do you prefer now, Marsha?
Here.
Prefer your acoustic or your electric? See you later, Will.
I'll have to hit that with some little bit of compound, get that little scratch out of there.
I'm
but
sure that could be tough, TSA.
Looking pretty good right now. I'm just a perfectionist.
I'm sure it doesn't, Malachi. I'm sure SSI doesn't pay enough.
All right, so let's drop these in.
Yeah, you think so, Ted?
Get these going.
Maybe we should get Malachi in on the act. We can do that if he wants to. Malachi, if you're interested, hit me up on my email, okay? My email is at the top of my community page. All right, let's talk there and see what we can set up, because I still have a bunch of guitars that I need to give away. All right, so if you're interested, I'll have no problem you taking the time and doing whatever you got to do and at your own pace, okay? So don't worry about that. Just let me know what's going on. That's tough, Marsha. It's life throwing you a great big fuck you, I guess, huh? Fingers crossed, TSA. Just keep playing the system. You'll get more. Very cool, Malachi. Very cool. Hit me up on my email, so we can exchange information, and we'll talk. We'll talk about what you want to do. Maybe I'll send you some pictures of guitars. Let me know what you want to work on. All right. Take your time. You don't have to do anything exceptional. You can just make the guitar more ready to play. You know, I'll send you a guitar that's on a project. Or if you have
just tight enough so that we can
money in the parts or whatever,
screw these back in.
You can go deep. Do whatever you want. Okay. Head press, man.
Line up close to perfect, so I shouldn't.
You can always do Nothing Else Matters, right? On the acoustic. It's like 4 open strings. God, it's so hot here in town, man. Temperature's still 90 degrees here on Staten Island. How about you, Marshall? How hot is it by you? Try not to talk into my mug. All right, so those tuners are looking pretty nice. What do you think, guys?
They're not going to be perfectly straight on a Les Paul, style guitar.
We'll do whatever helps out.
All right, those all look pretty lined up.
Okay, you just, I don't, just speaking respectfully, Malachi, I just don't know what, if any, limitations you have. you know, both physical, financial, whatever it may be. We've been talking here a little bit today, so we're getting a little bit of an idea that, you know, because the goal is you work on it and then you spend your funds to ship it to the next guy, right? That's kind of part of the deal, but it doesn't have to be that expensive. Excuse me.
All right, let's get these screws out of here. Get them back in.
So we'll talk. I'll send you. I got like 1, 2. I got 2 guitars right at the top of my head that I can
put these back in.
No problem.
Like this.
Yeah, I've got 2, maybe 3 more that I can get rid of pretty easily before I start feeling like I'm giving up guitars that I love.
We don't want to strip these out.
So, yeah, let me know.
They're just getting them snug because when we tighten them on the other side, we'll have to come back and tighten them up again.
Yeah. You know what? After this video is over, I'll show you guitars. Boom. Because I got a couple. Eventually, this is going to get to a point where I'm just going to be reviewing a guitar to give it to people to work on, to give it away. So, what we got here? I got
extra ones
here too. Yeah, huh?
There's what we got.
I don't know, Ted. I wish I could help you out with that. I don't know. Yeah, Marsha, I know all about the way New York City does things. They do not give a flying fuck about the people that they help in their programs. They do not give a shit. They give you the absolute least they absolutely fucking can, and they work the system to a point where they tweak everything to a point that it's like
even
really
when we've taken some time off the camera to do some of these things. This video is getting a little long, so as soon as I get this done, we're going to be done for today.
Yeah, some people.
And then the next time we're going to come back, we're going to work on the electronics because I'm waiting on the pickups to do the
Johnny 3-bar in the 90s. Yeah, me too, man. It was 96 today.
The potentiometers.
Stay cool in the house.
Get that all straightened out. Put the new ones in. Rewire it.
What's up, Fret Knot? Let me catch up with you guys a bit. Let me pause this. And catch up a little bit. So, yeah, we've been talking over this. Maybe we shouldn't. It's technically rude, you know what I mean? So, you got the warp out of the top. TSA, I'm not really following on that, but I might be jumping into a conversation you're having with somebody else. Oh, come on, Ed Block. What the fuck are you doing taking me away from this shit? All right. Plenty of time and some extra potentiometers and shit like that lying around still. Okay. Cool, Malachi. Let me know what kind of skills do you have? Do you know anything special about wiring? Can you do any wiring tricks? Do something with a guitar? Or are we talking just doing a quick pickup upgrade or something? Because I got extra pickups around here too. You can play around with those and see which ones work and sound best. You know what I'm saying? Johnny, what's up? By the way, I didn't say hello. Fret Knot, how you doing, Fret Knot? How's everything? Appreciate you stopping by. Just doing a little reaction here. What kind of tuners are those? Marsha, those are probably from another guitar, I believe. Right, BBM? I believe he said that they were from an Ibanez that he had, and they were good tuners, but he just upgraded to locking tuners on that guitar. And so he had these lying around, and they're good tuners. He's putting them to use on a guitar that had some shitty ones. Anyway. So let me catch up here. All right, Malachi, cool. Yeah. Hopefully, fret not. You'll be getting 3 guitars coming your way in the next month or so from Ted. I've got 3 guitars in the pipeline. 1 on its way to Ted, hopefully in the next few days, if I remember correctly, and 2 more that I just sent out to be started. So, and then one's going out to California, the other one's going to Nebraska. So hopefully there's enough of a time frame here that everybody isn't overlapping when they get to Ted, and you get guitars in a nice little sequence. Fingers crossed. Right, BBM. Yeah, the Ibanez LP that you have, right? Yeah, Johnny jumped in here all stealthy-like. And set on my acoustic because I got the warp out of the top. Oh, okay. I had sanded down to get the action down. Right, okay. Oh, so you got a bulge in the top, huh? The bracing, it's not the best bracing. Some of these guitars, they don't have the best bracing, and after a while it pops up, right? Yeah, this one here, Fret Not, is coming to you soon, within a few weeks, right? BBM is going to send it to Ted within the next few days. I think I said this already. Then Ted will have it for however long he needs it, and then that'll be sent to you. And these other 2, they're coming. They're just getting started. So hopefully within 2 months they'll be sent off to you. Well, we're looking forward. Yeah, that's me in the corner. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight. I'll stop ruining that song now. Of course, I have to make 5 videos about them before I send them to you. Not right. Absolutely, Ted. Absolutely. And I'm going to do my best to react to them as much as I can. So I'll have the Scorpion. It's going first, second, or third. Sometime, okay. So sometime in the next week, it'll be shipped. Years of sitting in a corner with the tension on the strings and not being played, shaded with cheap black powder pistol for it. Okay. That works. Let me get this going again. Let's get through at least one of these. So we're getting to the end of this one, guys. We only got a few more minutes. And this has been an hour already. So maybe we'll just do the one. We'll hang out
keep them in place when we
then we'll call it.
tighten them up.
So
you want them snug, but you don't want to make them too snug. You can do that. That's why you never use a ratchet on something like this. You'll crack the wood.
You could have, Johnny. You could have said Baby Shark. Johnny, should I be sending a guitar to you to get a wiring job? Right? You do the wiring stuff, right? You do wiring stuff?
Now the truss rod I did have to slightly adjust.
With a guitar.
And I also needed it off to polish
custom wiring.
the headstock. So,
Pardon me.
I killed 2 birds with 1 stone on that. And then we'll just go back and tighten these up, and you can see how loose they got from tightening the tuners.
Oh, Malachi, I'll have to go check some of that out later. Bro, Fret Not, thank you for coming by, man. Appreciate you. Love you. I will definitely be stopping by some of your next premieres every time I can. And I'll be talking to you soon. Thanks for stopping by.
All right, guys. Well, that is it for today. We got some nice new shiny tuners on this guitar
Malachi, you
that
leaving?
actually
Take care,
work
brother.
and are smooth
Email me.
all the way around.
Let's talk.
And no loosey-goosey sitting in there.
Yeah, man. Rest in
They
peace,
got a little
Ozzy.
bit of play like they're supposed to, but not loosey-goosey like the other. One more once over.
Marsha says,
Go
"Baby
slower.
shark." Yeah, Marsha, he is. I mean, he's one of the originators. I mean, that's, you know, I mean, would James Hetfield
Touched up that
passing
headstock.
have the same weight? I don't know. I don't quite think so. You know, it would be weighty because he's like a thrash god, but he's only a thrash
And
god.
there you go, guys.
Sabbath.
That is it for today.
You know what I mean?
Please like, subscribe,
Yes, he
leave
did.
a comment, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Okay, Johnny. So maybe we can do something sometime. Anyway, we'll talk. If you ever want to do something, let me know. All right. All right. So let me get out of this before that video starts.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel. If you
Which one
have
is
not
it?
been here before,
All right. This is part 3. So let's take a break. If we have time, let's see what happens. Because that one's a little short. That's shorter. So maybe we'll have time in a bit to do that. So, Malachi, I said I was going to show you a couple of guitars I could send you. How about this one? It's a Fesley. It's their metal Strat. Plug and play. I read that. That's 3 commercials now. All right. I'll go check my settings for the future. All right. Because I usually set these up all the same way, and that's kind of on automatic. So I'll go check. I can't do anything about this one now. We're live. I'll check my settings for the future to cut back on the commercials, guys. I'm sorry about that. All right. The front ends are practically balling now. Oh, on the LP? I'm sure. I saw the way you were rolling on those edges. You were being pretty meticulous. Jade's in the house. What's going on? How's everything, Jade? Jade's the other person getting a guitar. I was holding back. JMK 2112. Actually, I sent 2 guitars to him. One for him to keep, which I think he's going to show us what he does anyway, and the Leo James kit that I won from Ball Shredder. And that's going to be cool. Jade here, Jade's going to be doing his thing on the Red Donner. I sent him the Red Donner because that guitar, if all it gets is a paint job, it's still a pretty solid guitar because the pickups are written in there that they're actually pretty good. And the pots are decent. So if down the line it gets a good setup, and he does a great paint job, this guitar, someone's gonna have a really fun, really cool little guitar. But if it gets other upgrades along the way, that's up to everybody else, and we'll see what happens. All right. So let me catch up here. On BBM. Yo, Jade. Got to run. No problem, Johnny. Thanks for stopping by, brother. Appreciate you. We still got 10 people in the house. We got 14 likes. Great. I've had my son working hard preparing the body for a swim. Okay. Okay, cool. You're gonna definitely dip it. All right. That's cool. You should get that guitar in a couple of days. Probably Probably by Tuesday. You need to not be on. Gemini, listening in. Yeah. They're not spying on us at all, are they? Right, Gemini? Stayed off this time. Later, Ted. You got it. Wow, that was fast. I didn't realize that when you were saying your son's prepping the body, that you were talking about literally prepping the body. I thought you were talking about getting prep, like paints and all that stuff, right? But you've got it already. That's awesome. Later, Ted. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for stopping by. No problem, BBM. I'm actually going to be able to do a reaction to that. I got to shoot a video tonight after this is over. And once I get that started in editing, I can do a reaction to these three, probably, hopefully, this weekend. And who knows when I'll actually get them all up. But there'll be content for next week. All right? So, send me that Fesley, I would have... RJ, if you sent me that Fesley, would you want me to repaint it or just modify the shit out of it? Malachi, you can do whatever you want, whatever you can afford to do, right? The goal is just making it cool, making it not fucking it up. That's the only goal. By the time it gets to fret knot, it needs to be as ideally as awesome as it can be. You know what I mean? So my only concern is that the guitar doesn't get fucked up, you know? So if I just don't want to give it to somebody, and I say this with all due respect to everybody, I just want it to go to somebody who ends up saying, hey, man, I could do it, and then they can't. You know, and then we have a disaster going down the line, and then it's got to be fixed at the end, you know? So that's my only concern. I want you guys to have like as much creative license as you want, right? It's your build. It's ideally your channel, right? You have a channel, right, Malachi? I mean, it's not a deal breaker if you don't, but ideally you have a channel and you'll post something, right? If you post even if it's just shorts or whatever, it's something that we can like keep building more content. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the goal, or at least one of the goals here, because that'll help everybody, right? When we make more content and it's all related around the build, it helps everybody. All right, so yeah, but that's not necessarily a deal breaker if you don't have a channel, right? JMK 2112, he doesn't have a channel, but he's pretty regular on Instagram, so I can have him post a bunch of stuff on Instagram, and I can put that in an update video. You know, and other reaction videos. I could put it in there as an update or whatever. So, all right. So you can always do that as long as you want to make sure that you give me, some kind of content, lots of pictures, ideally decent video. You don't even have to say anything in the video if you don't want to. Anyway, back to catching up. CD Nelson's here. What's going on? How you doing? TSA Igor update. I'm sorry to say I haven't done much with Igor. I've been a little fried, and it's been a little hard to get in touch with this guy Kevin over at Eden too. He doesn't respond to me like I would like. So I was thinking about it the last couple of days. I gotta give him a call on Monday. All right, that's kind of where we're at on that. It's just kind of stalled a little bit, but I gotta get to him on Monday. So I'll email him. I'll actually have his phone number, and I texted him several times. He hasn't replied back. So that kind of tells you what the situation is. But I got to do my best to get him on the phone Monday, and we got to figure something out. My schedule is a bit of a challenge with his schedule, all sorts of stuff. He's Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and my work schedule is during the week, middays. So it overlaps. It's just enough to make it hard for me to have time to talk to him early and it's too late to talk late, So, but I do have to get back to that. So you please keep on me about that TSA. I promise I'll get to it. I'll turn into a rock and roll shred machine, brother RJ. That sounds like a plan, Malachi. But test these pickups out. Play around with them because these pickups are actually pretty good. The single coils are at $6K a piece, and the humbucker is around $12,500, if I remember correctly. So they're actually pretty good. You don't necessarily have to change them, but if you think you can do something with those yourself and you have something you want to put in there that you think is going to upgrade things a little bit, go for it. Right? So whatever you want to do. So, but definitely hit me up on my email so I can get your contact information and all that. All right. And yeah, so yeah, if you I got, you know what, Malachi, it sounds like you have a channel, right? And I haven't checked you out yet. So in that case, my bad. I'll check you out. All right, and I'll give you a sub, okay? And then we can go from there. And just hit me up on my email. All right. All right. Boom, boom. We got jokesters here. Okay, great. All right. So you start your YouTube journey. Cool. The goal is just really with YouTube is consistency. If you can be ideally more consistent than me, doing 2 or 3 videos a week, Jade's doing pretty good actually. Jade's actually up there. BCG 5150. He's actually been doing like a lot of shorts and maybe 1 regular video a week, but he's not doing long videos, and which doesn't really matter as long as you keep putting up content, and that's great. So yeah, so if you put up a couple of videos on the work you're doing, they can be 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. Don't matter. They don't have to be 20-minute videos, and I'll react to them and all that stuff. So hopefully you get extra views that way. And if I put your video footage in my videos, it'll attract people who watch your videos to this video, and then you know what I mean. And it'll help you. It'll help me. It's kind of how things work, right? So. And we all got to do that. So if you're making videos and you want to reference me, copy my video from YouTube and put pieces of my video in your video. That's another thing, guys. All right. That'll help you guys out a lot. It'll help with you getting attention from anything that people are looking for has to do with me. You guys will pop up. All right. So people will start seeing your stuff alongside mine. Okay. There's that's a tip right there that'll help a lot of you guys, because I know I'm probably the biggest channel you guys are working with, and I don't consider myself a big channel at all, but that's another story. All right, let me get back to this. Anyway, Mulligan, hey, yeah, CD Nelson, good to see you tonight. That's fine, JMK, that's fine. You don't have to be an editor. You know what? Just don't let the videos get too long when you send them to me. That'll help me edit stuff together. If you send me 10-minute videos, it takes a while. If you send me a 2-minute video, it's easy. I'd rather have 5 2-minute videos, and they're easier to send, smaller files and everything. So, and you know that. You do that, Malachi. That's kind of the goal, leaving your mark on the guitar, right? And I usually ship these with some stickers. And so I just hope that my goal is that the end owner gets at least 1 sticker, right? So if you guys want to take a sticker or 2 out of the box and keep it for your collection and maybe put it on your wall somewhere, right? I think BCG wants a couple of mine so that he can put them in view of his camera, But you're welcome to take them. I try to put somewhere close to a dozen in every box. Cool. Yes, Malachi, head on over to my community page, right? Where the community page where I leave all the messages. At the top, there's a whole list of my information, including my email. And that's the best way to get it to you. Although I could just tell you here, it really doesn't matter. It's RJ's Cave, RJSCAVE, right? Yeah, I'll even type it. so all you guys can have it, okay? All right, that's my email. All right, hit me up with your information so that I can put you in my phone and email. This way we can talk whenever we need to, and we'll take it from there. But I also have a couple other ones. Actually, you know what? Here, let me show you. I have it here. There's this one too. The diamond. This one's got a cool finish. It's actually a B stock finish, but someone decided to mix up two paints together that were almost finished. And this is the color. So as it is, it's a cool guitar, but it's more of a metal rhythm guitar than a lead guitar. The pickups are a little warm. But if you wanted to do something with that, you can do that. You don't necessarily have to do a thing with the finish, though, because it is kind of unique. It's kind of a brassy gold. Kind of bronze. It is pretty cool, just as it is with that finish. That's why I don't want to mess around with it too much. I think it's unique the way it is. I mean, you're not going to see that on another Barchetta, right? Because it's a beast. It's technically the B stock because, like I said, it's mixed paint. So you're not going to find that's actually supposed to be a silver finish. So it's actually supposed to be a silver metal flake, like the new SBHE that already sold out. Okay, you have the Super Strat. Yeah, Marsha, it's actually supposed to be silver, and it ends up more like it's like a brassy, bronzy, pewter kind of color, or a dirty gold kind of color. So when you look it up on the website, you only find the silver, and that's what I ordered. That's what came. Oh man, it's melting in here. I got the AC on running right next to me, and I can't feel it. Yeah, it's kind of like filthy gold. And you know something? Diamond Barchettas aren't bad guitars. This batch was part of a bad batch, right? It's just the whole batch. It was all discounted, like up to 80% off, because the factory just fucked up. They found a new factory, and all the guitars were subpar. So, oops. But they're not bad guitars. They're just not $1,000 guitars. Yeah, it's a happy accident. Yeah, they are pretty nice, but they're pretty nice for $150 and $200 guitars. They're actually supposed to be $400 and up, right? Like the Super Strat, the shredder guitar, the one that looks like an Ibanez. The finish is supposed to be different, and that one starts at $329, but they're selling it at $150. The one I have is supposed to be $400, and they're selling it at $150. And then there's other versions of that same guitar there that have more cool options that they regularly go for $1,500, and they were selling for $300 because they look like $300 guitars, even though they have all those options. Yeah, they are good guitars. Diamond Guitars was started by the guy who started Dean Guitars, as I understand it, Dean Zielinski. Right? Well, he's the one who started Diamond, and I know he has something to do with other guitar companies. I may have it wrong that it was Dean, but I'm pretty sure he started Dean Guitars, and then he started DBZ, which is what this company was. And then he changed the name. We got partners, and then with the partnerships, they changed the name to Diamond, and then they ended up selling out, and somebody else bought them. That person, that company, went to a new factory for their guitars. They were all subpar. That was this batch, and so right now, if you go to the website, not the brand website, but the company website that now owns them, if you go there, you'll get them at deep discounts. But there's only going to be a handful of guitars left now. This has been going on for like 9 months. Right. Yeah, the Renegades, that Renegade is a higher end one, right? That's the Dave Grohl size one, right? That's that big ass one. That looks like it's an older semi-hollow meat, like mated with a Les Paul, right? Almost like a Gretsch, right? But it's like a rock guitar, but it's just got this giant body, and it's actually a good guitar. I'm not a huge fan of the body shape because it looks like it's an unfinished, oversized SG, but I might be getting things mixed up too. Yeah, SG, right? Okay, so I'm right. Okay, so Malachi confirms what I thought. Right. So yeah. So Dean Zielinski started Dean Guitars, then got sold out, or as part of divorce, right? I think that's what it was. As part of the divorce, he had to leave Dean Guitars behind with the ex-wife, screw divorce, and then he started DBZ, and then had to eventually get partners and then move on from that. So I got a good Diamond Bolero, but I'm glad I didn't pay more than I did. Some hardware and stuff could be better quality. Yeah, right. They're not bad guitars at all, right? You've got the LP model. That's the Bolero, and it's a cool looking guitar, right? It's just some of the finishes on these models, they came out looking cheaper than they should, right? A little more plasticky, that kind of thing, and the pickups, they're not quite up to par. If the guitar is supposed to be $400 or $500, it shouldn't come with pickups that don't have adjustable pole pieces, and the quality of the pickup should be a little bit better, that kind of stuff. So we're at an hour and a half, guys. So I think we're going to call it. I actually have to shoot a video. It's just about 9:30. I appreciate you guys coming, man. I love every single one of you. Thank you. And keep an eye out for more updates on the giveaways. And Malachi, let me know. Hit me up. And we'll talk about which guitar you want. All right? Oh, and one other thing. Right before we go, I've decided that I'm going to do a giveaway here in the channel. All right. In the past, I've tried to get to 10,000 subscribers, and I haven't been successful. So I want to do a 10,000 subscriber giveaway. We're going to do it here on the channel. I'll give it away live when we hit 10,000 subscribers. What I'm going to give away is this guy here. My Harley Benton R446. All right. So, yeah, so I'm going to start talking about it in videos. And if you guys want to let your friends know if they want to win a really cool guitar, please tell them to subscribe to the channel, start watching videos, okay? And the sooner we get to 10,000 subscribers, the sooner I can give this guitar to somebody, okay? Yes, Malachi. Wow, man, you're sharp. Yes, man, that's the one I won from Fret Knot. It's got a little chip on the tip of the headstock that from when it was shipped to them, not even to me, to them. But other than that, it's perfect. It's an awesome little guitar. It's definitely a metal guitar, and it's just, you know, it's one of those guitars that I like, but I don't play. So it's okay to send it down the road. So somebody's going to win that, okay? But I got to hit 10,000 subscribers, and I need you guys to help me do that, all right? This guitar isn't going to be given away here on the channel unless I hit 10K. So watch the videos, please share them in other places. Tell your friends to subscribe, promote the videos, all that stuff, guys. All right, like all that. So I'll hit you up on your email afterwards. Okay, thank you, Malachi, Marsha. Thank you. Relicking, not chipped, right? All right, guys. Thank you for coming. As always, guys, you've been awesome. I've been RJ. Until the next one, take it easy. All right. I'll see you guys soon.